Right, so in this video, I want to just talk about the workflow with the Baratza Encore ESP and the OutIn Nano to make espresso. I am not the expert. It's only been a week, and this is kind of what I figured out for myself based on what I enjoy drinking on a daily basis. So more a black Americano than just espressos, and it's something that I said in one of the previous videos is part of what I am looking to explore, and what I'm saying is a good start for learning about espresso, learning about different beans, is that you're still making the coffee that you enjoy. I'm not trying to convince you that you now need to drink espressos, but when you go to your coffee shops and that they are making espressos and then adding steamed hot water, steamed milk, and all those other different flavors for the coffee that you like. And for the most part, not everything, you can enjoy the beans that you can buy from that coffee shop if they have them, and you can do all of this at home. So that's the premise of going through this exercise. I just happen to like black Americano. So there are a couple of things that I have kind of figured out in terms of the workflow. So there is a scale that everybody speaks about, and we'll have a scale and we'll have scales as options to purchase. But as you're getting started with this, really all you need with the spoon is, if you just fill it up, it's kind of going to give you sort of a single espresso, right? It's been my experience so far. So I won't overthink it for now. You can get really precise later on. So that's the one thing. I have this little cute holder here because something I spoke about in the previous video is the Encore ESP is quite loud first thing in the morning, but with an airtight container, I can ground some beans the day before, and they're perfectly fine for the next morning. I know there's experts out there that will say that's no good because oxygen, and let's not worry about that to begin with. It's perfectly fine, and that just allows you to have your first coffee really early in the morning if other people are sleeping in the house, and then you can grind a whole lot later. As far as the grinding is concerned, if you measure just with the cup, just with the spoon, you can also grind for a few espressos that you're going to have during the morning, and so then you're actually only grinding once or twice a day, and then that loudness, the sound of the grinding is negligible. Okay, so those are the two things. I happen to just have a cloth. They also mats that you can get. So these are all the things that we can grow into, and then hot water and the OutIn, obviously. So what I'm going to do is bring the camera closer. I don't have anything overhead, but rather than just like listen to me talk, I'll just lean in here, and you can see kind of what the workflow looks like. You can just make a Americano quickly, and you can see that entire process. Right, so hopefully that's a little bit easier to see. We're not going for very high production quality here. So I just have just a cloth here. There is a little bit of mess. It just comes with the it just comes with grinding, and obviously with the water. That's useful to have. A little paper towel if you really need, if you're a little bit of a clean freak like me. But as I said, we've got the beans good to go. I'm not going to talk about what beans. Just so happens that these are ones that I really do like. So I didn't measure them out perfectly for this. This is the end of that packet already. In the next video, I'll just talk about that experience. So we'll pop that into the grinder. I happen to have it now on a 14 setting. Initially, I started on 15. I've tried a couple of settings like minuscule, 13, 12, 14, 15. and 14 has seemed to be perfectly fine for this now. I'll let it grind and you can hear it. So it's not terrible, it's not like industrial loudness, but yeah, obviously first thing in the morning that can be a little bit too much. But there you go, we've got ground. You saw how quick that was. And that's, as I say, I just pour this in and now I have a few cups good to go. So the next thing is, let's get the basket adapter out here. And in one of the videos I saw, I forget her name now, I'll speak to those reviews at some point, but I saw that she just used a little spoon as well, which I thought was pretty handy. And now that I'm showing you, I'm also messing, so that's typical. So that's why it's useful just to have this, and then you can just shake it out later. But place this basket adapter on top of the spoon and then just tap it out. And if you want, you can just grab a little spoon like she was showing and just add it to the basket if needs be. You can then use the spoon to tamp. I made a really big deal out of this previously, but it's really not. You can get a fairly solid espresso, I don't know what you call it, just tamping the grounds without too much pressure. I'll learn what all the lingo is later, so just excuse me, but it's not something that is overly complicated to get started. There are things like channeling and all this stuff which you'll learn as you go, but again, and there's lots of YouTube videos you can watch on how to get that perfectly. But as you just get going, you'll figure it out. You'll try it out. You'll see that it runs too quickly or too slowly, and you can adjust the pressure as you go. Okay, so that's it. I happen to just like the tiniest little bit of sugar, probably more a mental thing than anything else, because it's so minuscule. And then before you put hot water in, I would just close it up, and that makes life a little bit easier with getting the hot water in. So I found also another review I was watching about the Nano. They're speaking about 60 mils. So all I'm doing is, because you can't always see, especially if there's hot water in there already, you can't always see, and you won't be able to see now, but just above the 50, between the 50 and 70, so that you're getting about a 60 mil of hot water in there. And then a little bit of background music there, so you don't have to listen to that. And that's my uncle. Then again, it's just a rough sort of 2-to-1 for a black Americano, and I'm really happy with that at the moment for a replacement of how I was drinking instant coffee. And yeah, it's a world of difference having the beans. Okay, and that's it. As you can see, it really doesn't take long to get your espresso out, and then you can do with it as you wish. Add milk to this and enjoy fresh ground beans. Really good. See you in the next video.